Hello and welcome to IABM TV. I'm joined today by Lewis Kirkaldi, Head of Product Management at Cinegy. Lewis, welcome to IABM TV.
Thanks, Ben.
So can you tell us a little bit about Cinegy, please?
So Cinegy's been around for about 15 years now in its current form. We're all about software. In a nutshell, we make software, we love software, and that's what we've been doing for 15 years.
So at the show you're introducing Cinegy as a service. Can you tell us about what this is?
Yeah, I mean, it's the beginning of a journey really for us. So because we're all about software, we sell software for playout, for MAM, for ingest, for transcode. We're really interested in technologies like the cloud. We're interested in different ways to license things. We're interested in trying to make our customers' lives simpler. So Cinegy as a service is the internal title that's become external now. That's all about trying to get those use cases addressed for our customers the best way we can, which might mean they subscribe to a service to get some features, or it might be as simple as what we've already launched now, which is renting just straight from the Amazon cloud a playout server. So it's a journey we've just begun. It's still going to take a while to get all the way to the end.
Okay, and so you're previewing 8K capable versions of your products. What are the challenges that you found that people come across with the increasing quality and going to 8K? Yeah,
I mean, largely just the epic amount of pixels. So from a technical standpoint, once those frames start to get so big, and because there's no interlace in any of these formats, 4K saw the end of interlace, finally, thankfully, but it does mean you need to double the frames. So yeah, we've got that cost of, we went to 4K, and actually everyone really needs 50/60 4K to be satisfied as a viewer. So with 8K, that's just got 4 times bigger again. So moving that many pixels around is actually technically quite challenging. And of course, then you've got the more prosaic challenges, like where's the 8K camera, where's the 8K screen? So we're just starting to, we're focusing on the part we can focus on, the software part, coming up with innovative ways to move these frames around, compress them in GPU instead of CPU, to try and do some of that. We're hoping some other people come along with the 8K TVs that are more readily available than we can find at the moment. So yeah, those are the challenges. It's very early days, but the great thing about 8K, every step forwards you make with that, you make a step forwards with 4 times 4K. Yeah. So that's just useful and pays today instantly.
Yeah, and so you're also showcasing Cinegy Air Pro. Can you tell us about this, please?
Yeah, so I mean, what we've done with that is we've got that in the cloud. So we've been making Air Pro for a while, and the thing that's quite different is now you can rent it for $1.50 an hour straight from Amazon. Okay. Yeah, and that's a really interesting proposition, because it means if people need pop-up channels, or they want to do disaster testing, or just training, they can actually go straight onto that public cloud, and without even talking to us, just rent a licensed version. And that's changing the way some people are looking at some of these things. It's changing the way some of our existing customers are thinking about capacity planning, or they're thinking about failover for maintenance or failover for disaster. So it's really interesting to get that in the cloud. And the thing that we love about what we've done is we've worked with Amazon to make sure that people can rent that from the cloud with no friction. They don't need to wait for a human. They don't need to talk to us. They don't need to sign an NDA. They don't need to do anything. Just literally log on with a credit card and rent it. And we don't even know who you are when you rent it.
So it seems a lot of the stuff that you do, speaking to you, is with the user in mind and making it as simple for them to be able to do it. I think that's the most important.
I mean, what we've seen as an industry, as a trend, is that people want less specialization on their books. They want to rent in capabilities, rent in talent, but what they really do expect of their tools is they just manage themselves. So what we try to do as the software provider is to remove as much complexity as possible from the process of giving them what they need. And where the cloud comes in for us, that's great, because we don't have to say to someone, what network switch have you got, what virtualization platform are you using, what operating system have you got. It all just goes away, and it's just, you press the button, it shows up. So that's one of the fantastic things about us working in this direction, is it's good for us because we can create these services and try and sell them. It's good for the user because they can actually have to know less about the underpinnings of how it works. No one really wants to know how to back up an SQL server properly.
Yeah, they just want it to work.
They just want the backup to be there.
Yeah. Yeah. So recently you've launched the great Summer Playout Trade-in, where you enabled users to replace existing playout technology with a future-proof Cinegy alternative. Now, future-proofing is an interesting term, I think. Have people found that they're heading towards a more scalable product, and can something really be future-proofed with the advances in technology we're seeing? Yeah,
I mean, that's a really good point. The way things go right now, you could argue that the term future-proof itself is now redundant. In the world where you buy something as a service, you haven't actually bought something that is going to then start immediately depreciating in value. With our software, what we've done over the last 15 years is made sure we've kept that software relevant all along. So we have customers like the BBC with Strictly Come Dancing. When we put that system in 2006, they were shooting on DV in SD and doing online, offline tape-based edit flows. from that one purchase, they've actually managed to move that all the way through its life cycle with support charges to keep the maintenance contract open, but they're able to replace the hardware on their terms, upgrade the software, and now they do full tapeless HD workflows with no online offline flows straight into an Avid. And for me, that's what this kind of future-proofing is about. It's like you make the investment in the software component. Sure, you're going to have to switch around the IT over time to consolidate, to virtualize. But once you get onto the train of software, then hopefully, if you pick the right vendor like us, you can ride that train along for the duration. And for me, the software we ship today is definitely not going to be the software you'd want to use in 5 years, but you'll have a very clear path to be on that software
and
in 5 years.
it'll give you that foundation to start with.
Absolutely.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.